What's up, Digidestins? Today we're going to channel the inner Dark Knight player in all of us and take some cards from the top and get them into our hands. So without further ado, let's dive in this video and talk about Ex-04 DarkKnightmon, shall we? So without further ado, let's dive into this video. So did you ever guys just want to play a wall deck where repetitively your opponent has to answer your deck? Well, that's pretty much what DarkKnightmon is. Basically being able to cycle in a blocker after blocker after blocker after blocker gets really annoying for a lot of players to deal with. So what is the point of this deck is that we do have the ability to make a very powerful, ridiculous amount of walls that gives us a constant body on the board. So without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it though. So first off, we are playing for Pagumon. So very important. Let's take a look. Can I bring this down a little bit closer? No, I cannot. So we are playing for Pagumon. So Pagumon's really good just because of on deletion, reveal the top card of your deck, add it to hand if it's a black Digimon card, otherwise place it at the bottom of the deck in any order. Still one of the most powerful black Digitama for the deck. The fact of the matter is, it's one of the easiest ways of gaining a card draw. So definitely worth playing it at 4. And it's really the only Digitama. There is no other, to be honest with you, that you would want to play. Next, we are playing something brand new. So 4 of the promo Dorumon. So security at the end of battle, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is black Digimon card with a play cost 4 or less, you may play it without paying its cost and add the remaining cards to hand, then add this card to its owner's hand. So it's really good, especially when you have this chance of dealing with your rookies being in security, hitting this, possibly playing a DarkKnightmon or, well, Skull Knightmon or Deadly Axemon from the top of your deck really can do something for you. Or even Mighty Axe mode, then giving yourself another blocker. There's just a lot of infinite possibilities with the Dorumon, which is really nice. I think this Digimon is going to be a staple for the deck for going forwards, just because you do like to play your stuff for free, and that's not a bad trade-off. So for Dorumon, I definitely think it's a must. Then we do have 4 Monotamon. So this is none other than BT10's Monotamon. So on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add up to 2 cards that are either black with Knightmon or Deadly Axemon in its name, or with Twilight and its traits among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. So basically you'll get at least a Knightmon, or you can get Knightmon, Deadly Axemon, and a Twilight, or a Twilight. So it's not terrible. I think this is a very good searcher for the deck. Being able to on play really does help out. And I think the deck does definitely need a solid searcher, so Monotamon fits that slot. Then we do play 2 Chikurimon from Starter Deck 13. All players cannot reduce play cost. This affects you a little bit, but if you are facing Blue Flare, this is a card you're going to really want, just because when Blue Flare is going off, you can make sure they pay 7 or 8 just to prevent them from going crazy. So you want to be able to slow that matchup just a tad bit, and I think Chikurimon really does help out to do that. Then we do have 2 Chumon. So Chumon is all turns when your opponent can't gain memory except with Tamers. So there are things like the memory boost. There are things like Mugen that gains memory. So if you can prevent the memory game in any capacity, you leave your opponent high and dry. You can choke them out and everything like that. And I think Chumon's just really solid, because definitely you are not really caring about your rookie base as much, except for probably the Monotamon and Dorumon. You really have a lot of flex room, but having Chumon and Chikuri definitely helps out the deck. It will definitely matter in some circumstances, but definitely pretty solid rookie lineup. This is all we play for it. So 8, 10, 12. We have 12 rookies. Especially with the mulligan, you definitely like it. Next, let's get into the level 4s. First off, we have 4 Scariest. So when attacking, you may trash all the Digievolution cards of one of your Deadly Axemon and place it at the bottom of this Digievolution card to Digivolve this Digimon into a DarkKnightmon from your hand without paying its cost. But it also, while this Digimon has Knightmon or Bagger on its name, it gains security +1. So basically, you're going to want to have that security +1, and this is where your basically pressure comes from. Mostly him, and being able to warp into your, DarkKnightmons is really good. There's all potential possibilities with this deck. Then we do have 4 of Scariest Mighty Axe Mode. So this card is treated as a Scariest and a Deadly Axemon. On play, reveal the top card of your deck. Add 1 card with Knightmon or a Nene or a Deadly Axemon, and then among them to your hand. Trash the remaining cards, and then if you Digicross with 2 cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 4 or less. And a Digicross for Scariest and Deadly Axe. So he can, what's really nice is use this Scariest, or you could use this twice, or anything that does have that generic effect. So definitely, if it counts for itself, you definitely want to play it. Then we do play 3 of the new Scariest. So what's really nice about this Scariest is the fact that it's on play. If you don't have a Nene in play, you may play one from your hand without paying its memory cost, which is really solid because we have 2 Nenes now. Then on deletion, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is Blue Flare or Twilight in straights, add it to your hand, trash the rest. So it helps fuel the graveyard for the new Nene and Kiriha, but it also has Reboot as an inheritable, but it also can help do a similar effect to your Pagumon. So it's not bad, but the on play is really solid, to be honest with you. Being able to play the Nene for free is what you kind of want to do. Then we do play 2 of the old Deadly Axemon from BT7. So this card is on play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to 2 cards with Knightmon in its name among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. Then your turn, while this Digimon has Knightmon or Bagger in its name, it gains plus 2000 DP. So this is where your DP boost comes from, plus the security checks. So that's really good to keep in mind. And then we do play 2 Deadly Axemon. So this is the new Deadly Axemon from Ex-04. On play, by trashing 1 card with Blue Flare or Twilight in its traits from your hand, draw 2. And then on deletion, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is Blue Flare or Twilight, add it to your hand, trash the rest. And all turns, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So this is basically the only card it can't trash, because if you take a look at it, it is a Dark Animal, and that's its only value here. And the rest have at least Twilight combination. Or it's the... Let me double check. Nope, sorry. Old Scariest doesn't have that either. But most of the new support does have it, so you have a lot of decent valid targets to be able to activate and proc its effect. The draw is really good. Being able to cycle and trash stuff is what you want to do. And then we do play 2 Scariest Cavalier mode, because this name is treated as Scariest or Deadly Axe. It doesn't have a Twilight effect, but when Digivolving, this Digimon gains jamming and blocker for until the end of your opponent's next turn. So basically, this is where you can Digivolve on top of this, get a secure 2 checks with just him. Not bad. With that jamming and blocker, it's not terrible. And it's a 1-cost evolve on top of your level 4. So definitely keep that in mind. And then finally, we play 1 Mercurymon. So on play, when Digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your Digimon gains blocker. Since we play at least a decent amount of Tamers, Mercurymon just can help close out the game when we need it. It's not a bad trade-off. I think this is pretty solid for a list and what you're going to expect to want to play. But, hey, that's just me. And now we're going to get into the Ultimates, which are the level 5s. So first off, we are playing 4 DarkKnightmon from BT10. So, on play, Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if you Digicrossed with 2 cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon will play cost 5 or less. So most of the time can kill any level 5, well, level 4s and below. Not a bad trade-off. And then all turns when this Digimon would be deleted by returning one level 4 or lower black Digimon card from this Digi-Evolution to its owner's hand. You may play one Skull Knightmon or Deadly Axe without paying its play cost. So, and it Digicrosses for Skull Knightmon and Deadly Axe. So basically, now you don't really lose much in your resources if they pop him. So one card will come to hand, and then you play the other one for free from the sources, which isn't bad. I think that's pretty solid. I think this is really good. And then we do play 2 of the old DarkKnightmon, because on play, you may place one Skull Knightmon and or one Deadly Axemon from your hand, trash under this Digimon for its Digi-Evolution cards in any order. So basically, if you hard played him, you get a couple pieces back. And then all turns when this Digimon would be deleted, but you may play one Skull Knightmon or Deadly Axe from this Digi-Evolution suspended without paying its memory cost. So you can definitely use the Skull Knightmon's on play to play a Nene, or if you had Mighty Axe mode, you can activate the Digicross of that, get the searches off. So there's a lot of potential combos with DarkKnightmon, definitely for sure. And then finally, we played the new DarkKnightmon. So on play, one of your Digimon gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn, and then if you Digicross, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Similar to this one basically de-Digivolves, but you don't get to pop anything, which isn't terrible. But on deletion, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Blue Flare or Twilight in it, and its traits among them to your hand, trash the rest. And then the Digicrosses for Skull Knightmon and Deadly Axe. And then opponent's turn, when your opponent's Digimon attacks, if this Digimon is Grey Knightmon, you may switch the attack target to this Digimon. So it's not a bad card. I really like it. I use this because I do play a hot one of Grey's Knightmon, just because the deck can use it. I think it's vitally strong, but I think the level 5 lineup is pretty solid, don't you? And then let's get into it. We do play 4 DarkKnightmon X Antibody. So this is your level 6 of the deck. It can Digivolve for 4 on top of DarkKnightmon, but when Digivolving, return 1 black or purple Digimon other than DarkKnightmon X Antibody from your trash to your hand. Then if DarkKnightmon or X Antibody and its traits, Digi-Evolution cards, delete 1 Tamer, unsuspend this Digimon. So usually you would pop your own Tamer, but this can pop any Tamer. So there's no restrictions on level, play cost, or anything like that. So if you're playing against a cross-themed deck or a Hunters themed deck, you get to basically kill one of their Tamers, which is quite useful. On deletion, you may play 1 DarkKnightmon from your trash without paying its play cost. So vitally, this keeps... So if this dies, you get to play one of your DarkKnightmons, which usually would just be the stack under the DarkKnightmon you had underneath this that you Digivolved on top of, because it'll be in the trash. Then you play it for free, Digicross, set yourself up. As long as you had a Nene to create blocker situations, you can just do some crazy shenanigans. Then we do play 1 Grey's Knightmon. On play, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, then all your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon cannot attack until the end of opponent's turn. And then all turns when this Digimon would be deleted or returned to its owner's hand or deck, you may play 1 Metal Greymon and 1 DarkKnightmons from this Digi-Evolution cards without paying its cost. And then Digicross for a blue Metal Greymon and a DarkKnightmon. But since we only really care about playing our DarkKnightmons, just another protective engine. It's kind of beefy, and being able to replay a, DarkKnightmon is not a bad deal. So definitely worth it in my opinion. So we have a definitely solid play set, level 6 department. Then let's get into the Tamers. 2 Nene Amano. So this one is on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Knightmon, Deadly Axe in its name, or Twilight and its traits among them to your hand, place the rating cards at the bottom of the deck in any order, then all your opponent's turn, all your Digimon with DarkKnightmon in its name, or Twilight and its traits, gain blocker, on deletion, gain 2 memory. So what normally you would combo in with DarkKnightmon to hopefully X Antibody to pop her, keep it your turn, and get another swing in. Not a bad trade-off. Nene is pretty solid. Then we do play 2 Kiriha and Nene. So this card is treated as Kiriha and a Nene. Start of your main phase. If you have 2 or more Digimon in play, gain 1 memory. All turns when you would play 1 Digimon card with blue flare in it, or a Twilight in its traits and Digi-Cross requirements. By spending this Digimon, you may place 1 card under your Tamer and 1 card from your trash as a Digi-Evolution for Digi-Cross. So basically, you can only play 1. Since we are only ever playing 1, this can always take from the trash and 1 from hand. So it keeps your resources nice. A lot of the problems came down to DarkKnightmon is hand advantage. And if you lose out in the hand race, you kind of just start losing in general. So definitely taking a look at this is quite vital. Now let's get into the options. We do have 3 Pride Memory Boosts, the DarkKnightmons. So main, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 black Digimon card with a play cost 4 or less among them without paying its memory cost. Trash the remaining cards. Then play this card into the battle area. Delay, gain 2 memory. And this card just goes right into the battle area. Not bad. Definitely worth it. And then Immortal Ruler. So, when you have a Nene in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements. Trash the top 3 cards of your deck. Then you may play 1 DarkKnightmon from your trash without paying its play cost. If you... playing its play cost. Sorry, I'm used to not paying. So, if you play a Digimon with a Digi-Cross requirement by this effect, you may also place cards from your trash under its Digi-Evolution as the Digi-Cross. And security comes to hand. So, all in all, great cards. This is the option lineup, and I think that's not terrible. But, guys, hopefully you liked the new Ex-04 DarkKnightmon list that I created. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one.